All right, hey guys, this is Coach Emmons. My room is located in E106. So just really quick, we're still in the process of hiring some teachers. I will be sending an email out to your parents probably later on today, just letting them know what the situation is. Hopefully, we'll have teachers assigned in the next week. But just as we're going through everything, you will still be turning things in. You still would be getting grades. So make sure that you are paying attention to your Google Classroom. So really quick, hopefully at this point you have joined the Google Classroom. If you are in classes E208, you're going to join this Google Classroom. And then if you are in A123, you're going to join this Google Classroom. Okay, so that's where we're going to post all of your stuff. So once you click in there, I'm just going to show you what it looks like right now. I'm so sorry for having a million tabs open. Okay, so like for instance, today what you're going to be working on is the 8-8 notes and classwork. And I'm so sorry if you hear any background noise. These are my two dogs, I apologize. Okay, so this is your classwork for today. So every day I'll have a video posted with the notes for the day, and then you'll kind of go from there. So on here, I have two boxes, one that's for E208 and one that's for A123. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on whichever link is assigned to you. So for instance, if you're in first period, you're going to click on first period E208. You'll go in here and then you'll just sign in. If you have a Desmos account, it should automatically sign you in. If you don't, then you might have to create one. Use your G Suite if it lets you. Okay, that'll be the easiest way to do it. Okay, so today, you will work on rigid transformations exploration. So this is going to help you kind of figure out what rigid motions are. Okay, so you'll kind of work through those. If you have any questions, I'm gonna post a remind link for y'all to be able to access. So that way you can ask me direct questions. I may not get back to you during class time, but I may be able to do it by the end of the day. Okay, so today we're going to talk about and learn the meaning of rigid versus non-rigid motions, learn which transformations are rigid motions. So rigid versus non-rigid transformations. So for instance, you've got, these are the different types of transformations. So we've got reflection, which y'all have seen before with just like mirrors and that kind of stuff. Rotation means to actually turn it. Okay, so you're actually going to practice this with this interactive applet. Okay, translation means to move. So it's going from one place to another. Okay, so we're going to click on this little interactive applet. Okay, and you're going to actually like play around with this. So these are the 4 different types of transformations. Okay, so for instance, we can see right here, this reflected across this line. So you can actually like match these up as a reflection across this line. Okay. And right here, if we're going to rotate it, we can rotate it 180 degrees, which is like essentially like flipping it over itself. Okay. We can rotate it 360 degrees, which will put it right back on itself. We can rotate it 90 degrees. Okay. And we'll talk a little bit about clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay, so hopefully you were paying attention to how the mouse moved. Clockwise is going to the right, counterclockwise is going to the left. Okay, and those are important things to know. Okay, translation is meanings moving up and down or moving side to side, but never changing the shape. Same thing for reflection and rotation. They don't change the shape at all. They don't change the size at all. They just move it around. Okay, so again, with these, okay, so here, here, and here, these 3 things, they don't change size or shape. Okay, but dilation changes the size, but it keeps the shape. Okay, so we're going to see what happens in just a second. So right here, if we increase or decrease the dilation, it makes it bigger or smaller. Okay, and we're going to talk about scale factor a little bit later. But scale factor is how big or how small you're dilating. Okay, so let's go back to here. And while you're watching these videos, probably would suggest taking some notes. With geometry, it's a lot of vocab. Okay, so this next piece, you should have printouts of this. If you don't, just write it on a piece of paper. That's okay too. So what I want you to do is circle all rigid transformations. So remember, rigid transformation means it's going to be a reflection, a translation, or rotation, or dilation. Okay, and that's what you're looking for here. So you're going to circle all of the rigid transformations and then leave the rest by itself. You are going to turn this into the sub, okay? And then you're going to get a little bit of practice, okay? So this should be done in small groups. Again, this should be a printout. If you don't have this, it'll be on your Google Classroom. You'll actually turn this in. Let's do this all electronically. And I'll have these instructions posted to turn it in electronically. Okay, most of the time you're just going to take a picture of it and then post it or open up a Google Doc and upload it that way. Okay, and this will be the last thing that you complete. So you'll answer always, sometimes, or never. Again, you'll turn this in before you leave class. Okay, so just a recap. Okay, you are going to complete the Desmos activity. Okay, don't spend a whole lot of time. This should only take you like a couple of minutes because it's not that long of a slides. Okay, then you are going to explore using this GeoGebra interactive applet. You'll turn this in, you'll turn this in, and you'll turn this in. Okay, and I'll have places for you to do that. If you want to make a copy of this, slides or something like that, that's okay, and then answer it on there, that's okay too. So again, I'll put something here where it says like upload, and let you know that I got that done. Okay.